Salute, salute, salute. It's Nocturnal Thoughts. What's happening? So, today's video, we're talking about Gervonta Tank Davis versus Devin the Dream Haney. To me, when I look at this fight, it boils down to three major things. One is going to be the game plan that's developed while they're preparing to fight each other. Who's going to have the better game plan? Who's going to have the more advanced war tactic? Second thing I think of is who's going to be able to make the adjustments using their own instincts inside of the square circle. And the third thing I think of is who has the most experience and the higher ring IQ. And then from that point, I look at the physical attributes as far as the speed, the reflexes, the power, who has the better range, who has the better footwork, who has the better defense, who has the better chin, and how they put everything together. So, and then past that point, I look at the resume, who they have fought, in preparation to get to where they will fight each other. And that is to say, if they fought each other after the two opponents they have to, which to me is the major difference, is what happens if Devin Haney, when he fights Lomachenko, what that fight will look like, and then the outcome will show me a lot. And then the same thing for Gervonta Tank Davis. If he gets this fight with Ryan Garcia, the outcome and what that fight would look like would show me a lot. It won't show me everything I need to know, because everything I need to know won't be shown until they actually fight each other. But when I look at different things in boxing, similarities, when I look at their opponents, then I try to collect as much and put together and formulate, assimilate somewhat of what I think, how it could go down. But what I say is it all kind of evens out right now for me, 50-50-ish, but I kind of would lean towards Gervonta Tank Davis. When I look at who they fought, because their resume to me is sort of similar. And a common opponent, Yuriorkis Gamboa, who wasn't really in his prime. Devin Haney, they went the distance, pitched a perfect shutout. Gervonta Tank Davis took him 11, 12 rounds, but he knocked him out, and he knocked him down multiple times. Yuriorkis Gamboa ruptured Achilles heel. How that turned out. Toughest opponents I've seen Devin Haney fight was probably Jorge Linares. We seen Jorge Linares drop Lomachenko, and then he got stopped. Then I seen Linares go up in weight and get stopped in the first round, come back down and fight Devin Haney, and gave Devin Haney a couple of tough rounds midway through the fight. I think he hurt him in the ninth round. He hurt him, and he almost made that disconnect from Devin Haney's brain to his legs, to where you seen Devin Haney stumble back to his corner. And then in the next round after that, you seen him get Devin Haney in a little bit of hot water again, and Devin Haney, made the adjustments, which was sort of similar to what Floyd Mayweather did against Shane Mosley. When Shane Mosley hurt Mayweather had to make adjustments. He held on to him, held on to that same arm that just hit him and rocked him, so he couldn't hit him again. He regathered himself, got his wits about himself, made the adjustments, and started to outclass Shane Mosley. Now, Shane Mosley wasn't in his prime, in my opinion, when he fought Mayweather. And to me, Shane Mosley, when I look at the comparison of Shane Mosley and Mayweather, and comparing that to Devin Haney and Jorge Linares, and comparing that to Devin Haney and Gervonta Tank Davis, I look at it like this. First of all, Linares, he don't crack like Shane Mosley. But to me, Tank Davis hits harder than Shane Mosley, pound for pound, right? Shane Mosley was a little older when he fought Mayweather. Jorge Linares was a little bit older, but Gervonta Tank Davis is in his prime. Shane Mosley never looked that great against tall, rangy fighters like Vernon Forrest. But Gervonta Tank Davis looked pretty good when he knocked out Mario Barrios, who was a taller fighter. Gervonta Tank Davis usually fights taller fighters. He didn't look as impressive when he fought a shorter fighter with Isaac Pitbull Cruz, right? So that's one comparison. Jorge Linares and Mario Barrios kind of X each other out when I look at Devin Haney and Gervonta Tank Davis's resume. Also, George the Ferocious Kambosos, a scrappy little champion while he was a champion by beating Teofimo Lopez in a close fight. To me, I compare him to sort of similar on the resume of Gervonta Tank Davis to maybe Hector Garcia or even Isaac Pitbull Cruz. Scrappy, tough, tenacity, can fight. You know what I'm saying? Not just as experienced and not as well known. Nobody really knew who George Kambosos was, just like nobody really knew who Isaac Pitbull Cruz was. George Kambosos was known because he was a sparring partner with Manny Pacquiao, and then he put his name on the map when he beat Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez, his reign on top was short like leprechauns too, because he was just coming off of his greatest victory against Richard Comey, and then he beat Lomachenko. But then, you know what I'm saying, he lost shortly thereafter to Kambosos. Devin Haney jumped all over that, and the conditions that he fought George Kambosos under was what showed me his maturity and showed me his tenacity and showed me his ability to overcome adversity. Gervonta Tank Davis, even though he's the favorite in most of his fights, it's because more of the star power, the connection of Money Mayweather, the matching. But at the same time, he's kind of an underdog going in certain fights. I remember when he was about to fight Leo Santa Cruz, a lot of people was picking Leo Santa Cruz to outbox Gervonta Tank Davis. Nobody really seen Tank knocking him out the way he did. It was some people was calling it 50-50, but we seen what Leo Santa Cruz had did with I think he had just finished beating like Carl Froch or something like that, the Jackal maybe. Don't quote me on that. But we didn't think that Tank would knock him out that way. You know what I'm saying? And then the same thing, we didn't think that Mario Barrios was going to get knocked down repeatedly the way he did, and then Gervonta Tank Davis doing flips off the damn rope. And I didn't see, I think I did see Hector Garcia get knocked out, but still, when I look at Gervonta Tank Davis's list of opponents that I've seen him fight, the adversity he had to overcome with the Isaac Pitbull Cruz, even though he wasn't a household name, an unknown fighter. Rolly Romero, who wasn't a skilled fighter but was big and strong and had power, raw power. It's hard to look good. In my opinion, it's hard to look good against an awkward fighter with power like a Rolly Romero, who's got all this damn confidence. It's like he's almost, they say ignorance is bliss. Ignorance is bliss. Rolly Romero was almost psychologically a type of person that would defeat people because of his illusion, his delusionary mind would still some way have him beating some people and being dangerous and hard to look good against. And Gervonta Tank Davis looked real good against Rolly Romero. You know what I'm saying? The way it all boiled down, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So we've seen Tank face adversity and we've seen Devin Haney face adversity, but we haven't seen them face the type of opposition that they both present to each other. I haven't seen Devin Haney fight someone with the boxing ability and the power of Gervonta Tank Davis, and I haven't seen Gervonta Tank Davis fight someone with the jab and the footwork and the ring IQ and the athletic ability of a Devin Haney. So my point is this: when I see Devin Haney fight Lomachenko, I'm going to be watching with a close eye, because that's going to show me and reveal to me a few more things, because Lomachenko, you know what I'm saying, will be his toughest challenge. So either he's going to expose some things that Devin Haney needs to still work on, or Devin Haney's going to show me how much he has elevated to where He really outboxes and outclasses Lomachenko at a level that makes me really pause and think that Gervonta Tank Davis might just get outboxed completely, hands down. And then it might be the other way where Lomachenko might expose that Devin Haney still hasn't, you know what I'm saying, tightened up some of those flaws I've seen in the past in his defense, fighting against the ropes or fighting in the inside, or not just relying on, you know what I'm saying, clinching, the jab, and clinch like he did with Kambosos. So that Lomachenko is going to be a fight that shows me a lot of what I think would happen against Devin Haney and Tank, depending on if he wins that fight. And then the same thing with Gervonta Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia. That fight is going to show me a lot. It's going to show me, you know what I'm saying, because Ryan Garcia is fast, he has power, he has, you know what I'm saying, a reach advantage, like 5'9", 5'10", and we know that Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney in the amateurs fought each other like 6 times, and they kind of broke even, 3 for 3. So either Ryan Garcia is going to expose Gervonta Tank Davis, you know what I'm saying, and people are going to even say the same thing they've been saying, but even to a, you know what I'm saying, louder degree of Gervonta Tank Davis is getting outboxed until he wins, or he might even lose this fight. But you know what I'm saying, I feel like he's going to win this fight. If he wins this fight, but he doesn't look as good, people are going to say Devin Haney's going to be able to take advantage of those flaws. But if he goes in there and he delivers a hellacious knockout in a dominant performance, and he just makes Ryan Garcia look terrible and just blows him out of there, then it's going to make me pause and say, shit, whew, Devin Haney, dead meat. If he go in that fight with Gervonta Tank Davis, it's over. So this, you know what I'm saying, these 2 fights will show me a lot, but it won't show me everything. I won't know everything until they actually fight each other. And that's my point. It's a 50-50 fight, but I slightly lean towards Gervonta Tank Davis because of his power and the fact that he's fought tall, rangy guys, versus I've seen Devin Haney get clipped and get disconnected momentarily. But I'm not going to just sit here and just say that's the only thing that's going to make me decide this fight, because that's like saying, well, Errol Spence got clipped, got his mouthpiece knocked out by Yordenis Ugas. Therefore, if Terrence Bud Crawford does that, it's going to be a wrap. Well, that's like shooting in the dark that's going to happen again. So I haven't seen Devin Haney just get clipped repeatedly. I seen him get clipped by Jorge Linares. I seen him take a couple of punches by Jojo Diaz. You know, I seen him get punched by George Kambosos a few times, but it's boxing. People going to get hit. Only time I seen him really looking dangerous against Jorge Linares. So I'm not going to say that's just going to happen again. But I will say that Tank Davis is going to catch him at least one time. And if he does catch him that one time, like Jorge Linares, he's not going to be like doing the same thing that Linares was doing, like, oh, go to your corner. Oh, I caught you with a good shot. Go to your corner. No, Gervonta Tank Davis, if he does hurt Devin Haney, he's going to go for the kill. That's in his nature. So, if you're new to the channel, sub up, subscribe to the channel, leave me a thumbs up, salute, leave me a comment so we can chop it up about this conversation, and y'all can let me know what y'all think about Devin Haney versus Gervonta Tank Davis. I'm gone. Nocturnal Thoughts signing out. Wow.